On a Memorial Day weekend, we are live here for daytime baseball. Today, the final game of the 6-game set between the Amarillo Sod Poodles and your San Antonio Missions. The Missions looking for their 23rd victory, if they could get it, starting today. Moises Lugo will take the hill here in the final game of the 6-game series finale here. And Bob, gotta say, strong arm like him can throw pitches, and he knows his objective. It's to get people out and get the guys going here in the bottom of each inning. Jordan Lawler will step up first for Amarillo, as we are about ready to go on this Sunday afternoon. Final game underway as that foul ball will get fouled, and the count now 0-1. We are 1:05 here this afternoon. It is nice and hot. It's cloudy at a temperature of 83 degrees here at first pitch. That's going to be line drive, and that's going to get in for extra bases. Going to first, going to second. And he's not stopping. He wants 3, and he's going to get a no-out triple on the play. Boy, and Lawler, he really hit that ball like no tomorrow. He just tattoos it all the way out in the outfield. And so far, he will get on base at third at the hot corner. That is right, Bob. Now stepping in is Willard Patino. He's got a teammate out there at third and looking to drive him in. The pitch. And that's high fly right there, and that's another base hit. That one's hit to the wall. And that's going to be an RBI looking for the triple, and there is 2 triples in this half inning. Oh, Amarillo just really blistering the ball. They are blistering it or punching it like a punching bag or something. Define the punching bag. That sounds pretty funny right there. Once he gets in with a 1 run, that's an RBI triple, another triple on top of that, and that makes it 2 hits for Amarillo here in this top half of the first inning for the Sod Poodles. Yep, that'll bring in Division de los Santos as he strides in, and he's got that second potential run 90 feet away. And that's going to be high fly in the air. Mears gets it, and here comes the runner, and that will be the second on an RBI fly out. 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors for Amarillo. They continue to get an early head start in the lead of home runs. But evidently 2 triples in this top half of the Amarillo first gets them going. So the stamina is really there. Yeah, it really is, John. If you think about how much these guys can really hit the ball, and that's going to get down for another base hit. Yeah, it is. That's right there, and that will go to a 1-out double. And Amarillo, boy, they are hitting here today. I bet they just feel sore after getting butt spanked yesterday by the Missions. As knowingly, they were in the win of 10-3 last night. And that was a good ball game. San Antonio takes the 5th of the 6 games. Yeah, they really did. 10-3 the final, and boy, they were really hitting that ball in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Here's Nefi Castillo as he hits one high fly in the air, and that's going to get through for a base hit. Boy, and the right fielder Joshua Mears was almost after that ball. The center fielder had to come in and try to provide support. Well, that center fielder got the ball, but the right fielder really missed it. That's high fly in the air. Fabian in pursuit gets it and make that another run, scoring on a 3 runs already homed in this half inning, and Amarillo's got a pretty good lead. So far with 2 triples, an RBI triple, double, and a sacrifice fly in this half inning. Here is Robbie Enriquez as he comes in and takes a code strike 1. The count now 0-1. So I gotta say, we're gonna go ahead and give you ball clubs. Amarillo at San Antonio underway at 1:05 here today. Midland at Corpus Christi, Northwest Arkansas at Tulsa, Wichita at Springfield, and Frisco at Arkansas. They will all begin at 6:35 p.m. this evening. So, want to make sure that we still keep ahead of the win and loss columns. We don't want to ever forget the win and losses. Well, 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and a man left on. So we go to the bottom of the first. Amarillo up by 3-0 here in the early goings. Well, a right-hander, Jeff Bain, will get the 6'4", 200 pounds and age 27 as he gets the start for Amarillo here this afternoon. Center fielder Tim Lopes coming in as we start the bottom half of the first inning for the Missions. And the pitch. That one high and outside. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Amarillo, 12 games on the road. Today is their 12th. They're back home at Water Ridge Field, taking on the Springfield Cardinals on Tuesday. It's pretty nice. 6 games at home. I was going to say on the road, but I will say they pretty much had enough for at least 2 weeks. Their first stop takes them to the Texas Rangers affiliation, the Frisco Rough Riders. And then for the second 6, taking them to the San Diego Padres, the San Antonio Missions. Right there, line drive to the first baseman, as that will be the first out here in the bottom half of the first inning. Well, the chance now, let's give the home team starting lineups. And so far, Bob, that was a pretty phenomenal game last night for a Saturday. Yeah, that 10-3 really went good as the Missions claimed the 22nd win of that ball game. Today, they tried to get the series finale against the 2 ball clubs, Amarillo and San Antonio, here today. This ball game on the line for the both of these teams. That one hit to third as he zip lines it right to first, and they get him. So 2 up, 2 down here in the Missions home half of the first inning. Right fielder Joshua Mears coming in. 2-way, nobody on here in the bottom of the first. Amarillo is up by 3 runs. And that's going to be line drive right there to shortstop. They will throw him out at first. And that's a 1-2-3 inning. And that's the side retired. No runs, no hits, no errors as we end 1 here this afternoon. It's on now to the top of the Amarillo second, with the Sod Poodles in front by 3-0. Well, we go to the bottom half of the lineup. John Carlos Centrone coming in as he takes one outside the zone. 1 ball, no strikes. Midland and Tulsa, they are the first 2 ball clubs here in the Texas League in first place. Second place positions, San Antonio and Arkansas. Corpus Christi and Springfield are in third place. Amarillo and Wichita in fourth place. Frisco and Northwest Arkansas down in the final places. So gotta say, it is a battle to first place. Wait, yeah, and you can't fool around when you're in the season like we are right now, John. Everybody knows you don't fool around. And that's right there, line drive, and that's going to get through for extra bases. Tim Lopes heads right to the right field area along with Joshua Mears. And again, another no-out triple. Boy, and triples for Amarillo are high in this ball game. Here's Dominic Maragalo as he comes in. And he makes the catch, and here comes the runner. And that sacrifice brings home another run. Like they did in the top half of the first inning, Amarillo scores in 3 runs on 2 triples, a sacrifice, and 2 sacrifices in there, and then they bring home another sacrifice with an out. That'll take us back to the top of the lineups, and stepping in, Jordan Lawler. High fly in the air. Lopes in pursuit. Makes the play before the ball hits the ground as he records the out. 4-0 Amarillo here in the top of the second inning. 2 away, and now bring in Willard Patino. Patino coming in. And the pitch. Outside for a ball, and the count 1-0. Amarillo heads home. They will play Springfield on Tuesday. Frisco will greet San Antonio. Midland will head from Corpus Christi to Arkansas after tonight's game. Boy, and I bet there's a lot of Rockhounds that are tired after the road travel. Midland had 6 games against Corpus Christi, then they go 6 games at Arkansas. So right there, that will be the final out in the inning. So a run on a hit, or a couple of hits, no errors, and a nobody left. So we go to the bottom half of the second. It is 4-0 Amarillo. Well, first baseman Juan Fernandez will step in here in the home half of 2 for San Antonio. And a pitch. High fly in the air, and that will go out of play and foul. So like I said, Amarillo is in 12 road games right now. This is their final road game before they head home to take on Springfield beginning on Tuesday. So Memorial Day weekend. Is that right, Bob? Yeah, it is Memorial Day weekend. You know, everybody is here, and that's what brings us together when we're here at home. Don't forget the missions 2 Tuesdays from now. Starting up the first Tuesday of June, taking on the Wichita Wind Surge. Pretty good. We get to see the AA Texas League affiliation of the Minnesota Twins coming to San Antonio for the first time in 2023. So Lucas Dunn will fly out. There's 2 up, 2 down here in the home half of 2. Here's the designated hitter, Grant Little, as he comes in. And he's ready to go. The pitch. That one is high fly in the air. And that get up in the right field as they'll fall down for the base hit. So San Antonio no longer in a no-hitter. They will get their first hit on the board. And that'll bring up Jackson Merrill, second baseman in the cleanup spot. And that will be in for a cold strike. It's 0-1. Merrill, he averages the 300 over the opposition of a 345, a home run average, at least 4 with 10 RBIs. That's right there. Back to the mound to Jeff Bain. And he will throw it to first. And that's the inning. No runs on a hit. No errors. And a man left on. So we head for the third inning. Amarillo up by 4. Division de los Santos coming in. Sacrifice fly. Back in the top half of the first inning for Amarillo. And that's going to be right there. Line drive up to right field. And that's going to get through for extra bases. Going to first, going to second. And he's not stopping. Boy, they get triples all day long. And that is another triple. 5 triples on one day for Amarillo. Boy, and I gotta say, this is getting wild. We got JP. Hello, JP. Amarillo by morning, up from San Antonio. Everything that I got is just what I've got on. Nice. One flying. Fernandez gets into foul territory. He makes the play for the out. As he will catch that just shy of the home dugout. Trying to avoid a 5th run from coming in to score. And I gotta say, it's just a painful day for San Antonio to give up this many runs. Oh yes, the good old George Strait song. Yeah, we remember that one. That was like one of his country favorites right there. I was hearing that with one of my co-workers. He gets a ride with me when we're going home from Camp Bullis area. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I will say, not trying to be rude, but he's a real country freak. And right there to Jackson Merrill. And he'll throw back to the catcher. There's no advance. As that will be for 2 away. Garrett Wolforth is also the sacrifice fly in the first. Boy, really, they hit the ball really hard here this afternoon. No balls, 1 strike. Runner still holds off at third, 2 away, 4-0 Amarillo here in this ball game. Here's the 0-1. Down low on the change, 1-1. We got great crowd here today. Half of Amarillo and San Antonio fans as well. Coming on both sides of the Arizona Diamondbacks and San Diego Padres affiliations. And right there. And right there, they appealed down to third, and he went. That's strike 2. Well, after a long week, we can't wait after the end of this one. As we get a week off, and John Scampy and Chris Singleton will be live on Tuesday as the San Antonio Missions head to Frisco. First pitch at 7:05 on that night. And it's a good thing that me and Bob are both off. But anyway, it'll feel good to get the much needed rest after today. Albert Fabian, he comes in. and takes one down and in for a code strike. It's 0-1 as we are now underway, bottom of 3. Time now is 1:45 on this Sunday afternoon. And that's going to be high in the air. Up in center is the center fielder as he makes the play for out number 1.
Batting ninth, the catcher,
Michael Cantu, he's the last in the lineup. He's in the catcher duties today. So far today, we are giving our shout-outs to JP, who is in the YouTube Live right now. JP likes the Springfield Cardinals. Is that right? I think that's right. I don't know if it is or not. There's a fan from Springfield that likes the Cardinals way too much. That we do play Springfield at the end of the season in September. That's high fly in the air, and that will go out of play and foul. So count now is 0-1. That's right there to second. And they'll throw him out easily at first. A Nuller 1-2-3 inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. To the top of the 4th we go, and it is 4-0 Amarillo.
leading off, the right fielder.
So the right fielder, Robbie Enriquez, coming in. He's the 0-for-1 strikeout in the first inning. Will lead us off here in the top half of the 4th for the Sod Poodles. Right there, he swings and a miss at the initial offering for strike 1. Boy, hold everything. The manager's coming out now, and so far we're going to see a pitching change here this afternoon. And so far that'll bring up Drew Carlton as he comes in relief. So Lugo is giving up so many runs. He's had so many triples on him. This could be the day that he takes the L for his team. And they will give up the 23rd win of the season. Amarillo will claim the 20th, and if tonight Frisco beats Arkansas, then we would pretty much see that Frisco would get a win, and they would still be tied against the Amarillo Sod Poodles. Here's the 0-1. Right there, and outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. If Amarillo beats San Antonio, they will claim their 20th of the season. If Frisco beats Arkansas, they will also claim their 20th. Here's the 1-1. High in the air. Right there, just shy of third, is the hot corner man, Lucas Dunn, as he comes in and makes the play out in foul territory for the first out of the inning. Giancarlo Cintrone is coming in as he's a triple and a run. He's a 1-for-1 regarding the triple. And that's going to be down and outside for the ball, and the count now 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. To Cintrone. The pitch. That one high and inside for a strike. And it's even up at 1-1. Here's a 1-1. Swing and a miss outside, and he'll get him chasing for a code strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch by Drew. And that one's going to also be extra bases. And that's going to be a double. So we're seeing triples and doubles today. And so far, San Antonio has not seen the bats alive for them as of yet today. So that'll bring up Dominic Maragalo as he comes in and takes one. The count now is 0-1. Also, he was the sacrifice fly in the second inning as well. So we've had at least 3 prospects on Amarillo that had sacrifice flies. That one down and in for a ball, and the count now 1-1. I gotta say, Amarillo must be sore after last night. They get their butts whooped by the final score of 10-3. And now they're whooping San Antonio's butt tonight. But anyway, I gotta say, I guess they're getting more and more even as they continue through this final of the 6 games. That's right there to Dunn as he zip lines it right to Fernandez. He gets him out, and that's the second of the top half of 4. Boy, it's like you're being shanghaied or something, you know, when you get punched in the face so many times and then they hang you upside down by your legs. What are you talking about, John? What I'm talking about is what happened last night as San Antonio took that 10-3 victory over Amarillo. You know, that was pretty funny. They did get shanghaied. You're not kidding, Bob. Well, right there up to left center is center fielder. I forgot his name, but anyway, that's all right. We'll figure it out. I'm learning everybody's name here in the Padres organization. Well, that'll bring up the number 2 batter, Wander Javier, as we get set bottom half of 4. I do apologize to Tim Lopes. I know he's out there in center. Line drive back up the middle, and that's going to get through for a base hit. Second hit for San Antonio here in this half inning.
Now batting, the right fielder.
And so far, Jeff Bain goes 3 innings, gives up 2 hits, and struck out 1. His pitch count is 24. So not too terrible, as we're getting a lot of 3-up, 3-down innings. That one high and outside, 1 ball, no strikes to Joshua Mears. Well, he grounded out in the first inning. He's 0 for 1 of the day. Here's a 1-0. Swing and a miss. Boy, he's chasing that ball. Mears, he averages at the 200 mark. He's got a pretty good ERA of 0.268 ERA, which is good. And that one's going to be right there. Up to right field as he'll get him. So for the first out, the runner still holds off at first base. And that'll bring up the first baseman, Juan Fernandez. Don't forget, on Tuesday, we are pretty much 2 Tuesdays from now. I do apologize, but when we come back home from Frisco and we get ready to take on the Wichita Wind Surge, 2 Tuesdays from now, we are having a vote for the hot corner third baseman Lucas Dunn or any of your favorite San Antonio Mission prospects. So make sure you grab a ballot and cast your ballot as we are getting ready to give out the first Gold Glove here in 2023. So no runs on a hit, no errors, and a man left as we head for the 5th. It is 4-0 Amarillo.
The center fielder.
Center fielder is Willard Patino as we start the top half of the 5th inning here for Amarillo. The pitch right there and inside for the code strike. It's 0-1. We'll say happy Memorial Day to everybody coming out to the ball game. Also to all of our fans in the YouTube live chat, as we are having the watch party of this ball game. And that'll bring up Division de los Santos coming in. Tripled RBI as one of the day. Back Amarillo in the box now. It's a pitch by Drew Carlton. And that's going to be ricocheted right up into right field, and now gets through for a 1-out single.
Now batting, the left fielder.
Well, I tell you what, cannot wait to come back home, and we take on the Wichita Wind Surge beginning 2 Tuesdays from now, starting off the month of June. So we're halfway through this season already, and knowing that there's a lot more games where this is coming from here today. Today, this will mark the 52nd game of the season. Knowing that these boys still have a long way to go. No end in sight, but evidently there are only 69 home games, 69 road games, and that will put it up to a total of 138. Nefi Castillo coming in as he hits one high and outside, and that will go for strike 1. Nothing in 1. High in the air, and that one will drift out of play. No balls, 2 strikes to count. Carlton now at 20 pitches to look like he's about ready to get out as we start the top half of the 6th inning on the hill. But evidently we will get a new arm for the top of the 6th, as that'll do for Drew Carlton.
Leading up for San Antonio.
Well, go bottom of the 5th. It is no runs on a hit, no errors, and a man left for Amarillo. It is still 4-0 for this ball game. Lucas Dunn coming in as he takes one down and in for the ball, and the count now 1-0. One ball, no strikes to the hot corner man, Lucas Dunn. And like I said, if everybody picks up a ballot, there will be the prospect names here for the San Antonio Missions. And everybody that votes for your favorite player will choose him to become the Gold Glove winner. So that'd be pretty good if somebody in this organization gets that trophy made of the finest gold. And yeah, they get to take that trophy home and they get to put it on a nice shelf. And that way they remember who gave them that trophy. Many more trophies to go as we go through the next 7 years of this contract. That'll bring up the designated hitter, Grant Little. 1-for-1 single in the 2nd. So the Padres organization, they have the 7 years left of this contract. 2030 could be it. That's line drive up to right field, and now gets through for a base hit. So far the show has been really good. And I will say that Probably after that, I may retire from doing the show. Is it official? No, it's not official. I'm just saying it could. I mean, gotta move on and do something else. I mean, I know you're old, Bob. I mean, how old are you? I'm 80 years old. You know that, John. Wow. And I'm 30? 10 years from being a 40-year-old. Boy, and everybody is just getting old. You know, Bob, I like doing baseball games. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but, you know, one day you just gotta say, hey, you know, I'll do one more season left on my contract, and so far I'll just do something else. I mean, one of these days it's gonna have to be that way. I mean, is it understandable? Yes. Do I want to do it? No. But, you know, we all gotta think, hey, what's in the future for us? I mean, this job is good. I'm not gonna say no to it. I mean, the extra money that I can get out of it will be pretty good. It is a pretty good job. I'm not gonna lie to you right there, John. So Garrett Wolforth is coming in. He's 0 for 1, a sacrifice. And Carlton will get us started. And that's going to be right there to Javier. Right to Fernandez. He gets him easily for the out. So, Bob, you're 8 years old. Shouldn't you be enjoying retirement life right now? Well, I may do one more year with you. So, after you're saying that 2024 could be it for you. Oh, it definitely could be. I mean, I'm not saying it is right now, but, you know, I'm growing old, John. You know that. Well, everybody knows you're 80 years old. You should be out there, retired, enjoying life, sitting around doing nothing. Just watch TV and, I don't know, just eat and sleep. I mean, get you some much needed rest. Well, I have poor Ann and the dogs, and I can't just say no to that. So right there, as that will be the second out. He throws to second, but luckily he gets the out. So that is pretty good. So I've been doing this since 2021. When we started back up in the AA Central, but we call it the AA Texas League. And I got 4 years on my contract. And if I renew for another 4 years, that would be pretty good. That way have a total of 8 years and might just go to all the way to 2030. That's going to be line drive to Merrill. And right there to Fernandez, he gets him easily. So a 1-2-3 inning as we go now to the bottom half of the 6th inning. And it is still a 4-0 score here this afternoon. We're back on more baseball as we come back right after this from Dr. Pepper. Well, we're back here for Texas League Baseball as we begin the bottom half of the 6th inning. And so far, I gotta say, hey Bob. Yeah. You know, I'm not going to retire. I still love to do my ball games. And you know what? It's not official. Well, that's a good thing. We need you here in the AA Texas League. You know, I'm not going to retire either. I'm going to go until I'm about 83 or 84 years old. You know, you've been a really good friend to me, Bob. And I really do enjoy you. Well, thank you, John. I appreciate you. That one right there, the second, they'll get him out easily at first, and that'll be one quick out to begin the bottom of 6. So that'll bring in the center fielder, Tim Lopes. He lined out, ground out, 0 for 2. Continuing on this half inning. And that's going to be line drive, and that's going to get through for extra bases. Going to first, going to second, and somebody's going to... Oh, no, he's going to go for it. He's going for 3, and he's in there on a 1-out triple. And boy, San Antonio's first triple of the day comes in. And that's going to get you the coupon for that triple meat cheeseburger, courtesy of Whataburger. That'll bring in Wander Javier as he takes one outside, but Ty Krause calls it for strike 1. Boy, I gotta say, that's a real nail biter. Yeah, it really is. I mean, you see a guy getting a strike and getting that benefit of the doubt, but Ty Krause, he really called it for a strike. Yeah, he did. Runner at third, 1 away. And that's going to bring home the runner from third on the RBI triple. And the Missions are now on the board, finally, here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. And time now comes as the manager will pop out of the Sod Poodles dugout. And that's going to do for the starter here today. So he leaves in 3 runs. In the palm of his hand, he stands to be the winner. But evidently, he's got to put his bullpen on alert and keep up the frontal attack to keep the lead. Josh Green, 6'3", 210 pounds. He's age 27. As he gets the ball from the manager in relief. And a pitch. That one right there and inside for a code strike. Gets 0-1 as he begins his pitching performances here today. Here's the pitch. That one is outside, but Krause keeps calling that one for a strike. Boy, just one player after another gets the benefit of the doubt in the end of the stick. Yeah, that's not something a home plate umpire would actually do if they actually call strikes outside the zone. That could be a legal call. Well, Bob, you and I both know that we're not home plate umpires, or we don't work for the Texas League office. But evidently, you can't argue balls and strikes. You know? Chandler Siegel, one of the former San Antonio Missions that we've had, or he's still current with San Antonio. Last season, as we took on the Springfield Cardinals, he was ejected for arguing balls and strikes against Ty Krause. And he got in Ty Krause's face saying, "This is impossible. Why? Why would you say, oh, he swung on and missed, but that was a ball?" And he argued that call, and he got ejected over it. And Ty Krause just threw him out and said, "You know what? You can't argue balls and strikes. You're not an umpire. You're not like me." And then Philip Wellman, former Mission manager, came out, and he tried to plead his case, and he also got tossed. And there's one thing you can't do, and we'll continue onward as we talk about it here in the top of the 7th. So Wander Javier will get a run on a couple of base hits, no errors, and at least a man left. We go now top of 7. The Sod Poodles lead this ball game just by 3 runs. Well, Jordan Lawler will lead us off here in the top of the Amarillo 7th. And gotta say, we are going to have a new arm come out, as that will do for the second reliever here this afternoon. Matt Waldron will be in relief, as he is the best strong arm and the best strikeout master I've ever seen. He is 6'3", 185 pounds, and age 26, as he gets the call in relief. Now, like I was saying, when an umpire calls balls and strikes, you cannot call ball and strikes if you are a hitter. Or anybody that argues balls and strikes will face the immediate consequence of getting ejected. I mean, you can't do that. I mean, that is just one way that you will face a consequence if you get in the umpire's face and you say, "That call was not right." You cannot do that. I'm sorry, you cannot. If he ejects you, then plain and simple, that was your fault because you argued. So that one right there will get fouled off, and the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. I mean, do you know what I'm saying, Bob? I agree with you 100%, John. Yes, you get ejected for arguing the balls and strikes. A lot of players, they think that they're right, but it's most likely that the umpires are right about where that ball goes, where it is. Is it up or down in the dirt, up top in the strike zone, or where does that ball go? It could go left or right in the oppositional angle, where the umpire could say, "Okay, that's ball 1. No, that's strike 1. No, it's 1-1. No, it's 2-2. No, it's strike 3. No, it's a full count." You know, an umpire makes a choice like that to get with all the boys of both sides and make the rules. The Texas League umpire states that anybody that argues the balls and strikes will face consequences, and it could be severe consequences. You know, if you get a consequence like that, you can get ejected for the rest of the game. And if you get ejected twice in 2 games, then you really could face a 6-day suspension for arguing. Or if you throw batting equipment, this or that, you can also get ejected for that. And you face a big fine. And that one high fly in the air, in right center as Lopes. Here comes the runner, advancing from second to third on the high fly out right there. Now, Bob, you do make some terrific points, but you got to think about how much it is to know that players are not in charge of calling balls to strikes. That's Texas League umpires. Umpires, Major League Baseball and Minor League Baseball. You go single A, double A, triple A, even major leagues. And so far there'd be a lot of prospects up in every organization in the country that would do the opposite. And that opposite is what, John? No, the opposite is they would argue the balls and strikes. Yeah, they get angry. They have their bad days here and there. But, you know, they'd be like, okay, where was that one? You know, they get appealed down to first or third base umpires. They would say, well, did he go around? And if the umpire says, yes, he did, he issues them a strike right there. And that's going to get down, and that's going to get up to right field. And Amarillo will get another run in to score. And that's going to be an RBI triple.
The left fielder, number 1.
Boy, it's just a ambush of RBI triples here today, Bob. Well, I got to say, you are right about everything about what you said. And it's just one of them things. Here is Camden Duzenak. Duzenak coming in, and he takes one well and inside for a strike. Gets nothing and one. But I will say, I mean, we speak the truth when it's the umpire's job to take over, and they are the bosses and not the prospects. Here's the 1-1. And that one high fly in the air. Up in left field is Fabian as he makes the play and tagging. Here comes the runner, and he will also score on that RBI sacrifice.
The first baseman, Nefi Castillo.
So that'll bring in Nefi Castillo as he singled in the first. He's 1 for 3. It is also the same as talking about the foreign substances. In 2021, minor league baseball made it, and we're going to talk about this in the bottom of the 7th as we continue this ball game. Well, a couple of runs on a few base hits, no errors, and nobody left on as we head for the bottom of the 7th. It is Amarillo 6, San Antonio 1.
The third baseman, Lucas.
Well, the hot corner third baseman, Lucas Dunn, coming in as we are now home half of the stretch inning here in inning number 7. So we talk about foreign substances and, you know, pine tar the bat. And as you could tell that what happened way back then during the early days of baseball, Chris Sabo, who was actually on the Cincinnati Reds, used too much pine tar. His whole bat was covered in it. So he used the bat, and he literally got a high fly, and a right fielder up there caught the ball, and they took the bat in question, and they said, well, how much pine tar is on this bat? So they measured the bat between home plate. Almost that whole bat was pretty much covered in pine tar. And he was immediately ejected for trying to cheat. And that's not a good thing to do.
The designated hitter.
Foreign substances can also be found on the starting pitcher or relief pitchers. And that's one thing you really got to look out for these days. They'll do anything to cheat. They'll use a foreign substance on their arms. They will use it on the batting equipment as well. And that's why you see these umpires, they are checking the equipment and they are making sure that nobody is doing anything they're not supposed to be doing. I mean, if they're cheating, then yeah, throw them out of the ball game and say you're suspended for the rest of the game. And if they continue to do what they're doing, you give them a week suspension. And plus they'd have to go up and speak why they got ejected. And this and that. But anyway, I will say, it's pretty bad. Well, you know, cheaters never win, and so far it's like that one video we saw on YouTube. You look at this one guy had a corked bat. Remember that? Oh yeah, I remember that. This guy, he had a bat. He corked it. He's like, oh yeah, we're just gonna have a little fun. It's just a joke bat. So they decided, okay, we'll use it in the ball game. Let's see how that goes. So the pitcher, he threw the ball and hit the bat with it. And you saw little pieces of flying cork. And the hitter was like, oh, well, I don't know. I don't see nothing wrong with it. So he didn't even issue the ball boy, hey, bring me a new bat. This one is not good. I don't think we could use the cork bat because that would be basically cheating. So he continued to use the cork bat. And after he got a home run, the bat was broken. And it looked like a pizza paddle right after that. So that's going to be high fly right there, up in the right center, and now get through for a base hit. So, boy, the home plate umpire and all the other umpires, they started collecting the cork right off the field. And they were reviewing the play. And so far, they reversed the call. The home run didn't count. They called him out. And boy, he was angry. He went after that home plate umpire. He was so mad that he wanted to just beat the hell out of the home plate umpire. Boy, and that's not even good when you think about how violent a prospector can actually get. Well, that's what happens when somebody tries to cheat and they know they got caught doing it. So that's right there. And that will get in a run. But that's an RBI triple on the play. So the new score reads the Sod Poodle 6 and Amarillo 2. Well, they confiscated the bat, but let me tell you, that one guy got ejected and he got caught cheating. Cheaters never win. In the end, they all get caught. That's exactly right, John. I agree 100% with you. Can't you coming in? And that's going to be line drive up in the right field. That'll get through for a base hit. And another run scores in. And they are clawing back in this one. As it is now a 3-run ball game, the Missions will trail 3 in this half inning. So that'll bring up center fielder Tim Lopes. And, ooh, that's going to hit him right there. And that will do. So 2 runs come in on a couple of base hits, no errors. And at least a man left. We now head for the 8th. It's 6-3, Amarillo. Well, top half of the 8th inning. Here is Garrett Wolforth. He sacrificed fly RBI. Waldron continues to do his work. And that is right there. Hit to Fernandez, and he steps on the bag. Easily play for the first down.
Right fielder, Robbie Enriquez.
So that'll bring in a Robbie Enriquez. He's 1 for 3. He doubled in the 6th inning. So far, so good for these two ball clubs. Now, yes, we talked a lot about what happened in baseball, the rules and regulations that everybody must follow. Including one, I'm going to talk about this, and yes, I will mention his name on stream. So in 2022, as San Antonio played their games at Frisco, Fernando Tatis Jr. was on a rehab assignment all the way from the San Diego Padres there in Petco Park. And, well, with him having the rehab assignment for San Antonio, he was caught doing steroids, and he was suspended for 90 days. And everybody thought how stupid he must have been to get caught and get suspended almost to the end of the season. Well, that's pretty stupid when you think, oh, you know, steroids are good for me. No, steroids are used for horses and donkeys, you know. Yeah, and he was caught using it. But, you know, they suspended him for the rest of the year. And he packed his bags and he went home. And he's probably enjoying the millionaire life of saying, hey, you know, I make all of this money being in Major League Baseball for already 3 years. I mean, it's pretty good. He's probably enjoying life right now as we speak. He probably is.
Your attention, please.
Well, that'll bring up Taylor Rishi as he comes in 6'4", 220 pounds and age 27. But anyway, you will say that every retired major leaguer, they get so many contracts, they get moved around so much. And yeah, there's been former Rockhound, former San Antonio Mission, everybody from Texas League Baseball has moved up over the years. And gotta say, so far it's pretty good that they find their true place. But anyway, 2 balls, 2 strikes to Wander Javier, bottom half of 8 here on this afternoon. And high in the air is right there for ball 3. So the count now, 3 balls and 2 strikes to count. And right there, strike 3 called, and that will be the first out here in the bottom half of 8. Now I do apologize for saying the H-E-double-L word, but I gotta say, as they called that one guy using the corked bat out, he had to be forcibly restrained because he was going after that home plate umpire with a vengeance. Boy, and I would say if he was going to hit that umpire, he would have been suspended on multiple occasions, and plus he would have also been arrested for the assaultment of hitting that umpire. Yeah, you know, and if you hit an umpire, you get subjected to arrest and also suspension. And I don't know if they terminate the contract or not, but they probably might. I don't know. But that's a question I don't even know. High in the air, up in the right field, and that will do for this half inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. As we now head for the top of the 9th for Amarillo, it is 6-3 as we get ready for the final inning of this homestand.
Leading off, the catcher,
Dominic Maragalo. He's 0 for 2 as he comes in. And he's ready to go. The pitch. And right there, high fly in the air. And that will go out of play. So here's the Tuesdays that San Antonio will be gone this upcoming Tuesday. They will have their game of 6 at Frisco. Corpus Christi heads to Northwest Arkansas. Amarillo heads home to play Springfield. Midland heads to Arkansas for a 6-game set. Wichita will head to Tulsa, and so far, I guess that is it. We covered almost everybody here in the AA Texas League. Well, as you can see the score here in the top of the 9th inning, 6-3, as the Sod Poodles have a 3-run lead over San Antonio. And gotta say, so far it is pretty good. We are back ready to go. Dominic Maragalo coming in. As here is the pitch. Right there, a swing and a miss, and the count now is 0-2. You know, so far we cannot wait for the next upcoming homestand. We are here as we're going to find the date, and so far it will be Tuesday, June 6th. And that will be 2 weeks from today as we take on the Wichita Wind Surge, the AA Texas League affiliation of the Minnesota Twins. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's a pitch. And that one high fly. And that will go out of play. For the count now 0-2. Again, the pitch from Waldron. That one high in the air. Lopes going into right field. Makes the play, and he's got it for out number 1. That'll bring in Jordan Lawler. Triple-double, 2 runs, 2 for 4 of the day for the starter. In the top of the batting order for Amarillo. Boy, and really, this guy is really on fire here this afternoon. Here's the 0-1. And that one is thrown high and inside for the code strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes to count. Here's a pitch. And that one's going to be line drive up to right center, and that'll get through for a base hit. The 1-out single continues this half inning in the top half of the 9th inning for the Sod Poodles. Can't believe we made it through another week, and so far I hope everybody has a great and awesome Memorial Day. And so far, if you work tomorrow, great. If you don't, well, enjoy your time. Have a good time off, and a great Memorial Day to all of our people of San Antonio and everywhere. Have a great Memorial Day. Stay out of trouble. Also, Duncan and Megan, my 2 best friends, they are out in the great state of Alabama enjoying the beach. And if you are at the beach during this Memorial Day, well, just be safe and just have fun. Here's the 0-2. Right there and out of play and foul, and the count now still remains at 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to count. Here's the 0-2. And right there, that knuckleball gets him. So 2 up, 2 down. Runner at first. Still hanging on. Division de los Santos coming in as he's 3 for 3, trying to stretch it to a 4 for 4. That one high in the air, and the count now 0-1. Here's the 0-1. Right there and inside for a strike, and it's 0-2. One more strike, and we head for the bottom of the 9th. The pitch. And that one's line drive up to right field. That gets through for a base hit. Boy, and I gotta say, that is a real hitter right there. From the top of the 1st inning to the top of the 9th inning, Amarillo has led the charge. Here's Camden Duzenak as he takes a knuckleball outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Double RBI and a run. He is the 1 for 3. And I say pretty good right there. The pitch. And that is high and outside. And that will go out of play. Here's a 1-1. And he fouls that one off near the backstop, and count now 1-2. 1-2 delivery. And right there, he struck him out. And that will do it. No runs on a hit. No errors. A man left. Bottom of 9 we go. 5, 6, and 7. Due up for the bottom of the 9th inning. And it is 6-3 Amarillo.
Your attention, please.
Michael Tanis will get the relief as he is the 2nd reliever of the day. For Amarillo, he's 6'3", 215 pounds, and age 25.
For the Missions, the third baseman.
Third baseman and hot corner man Lucas Dunn will get us started here for the bottom of the 9th. Dunn, Merrill, and Jackson will lead it off here in this one. So far, 1 ball, 1 strike. Or correction, I will say, his last name is Merrill, so Merrill will be the 7 hitter. So Dunn will go down on strikes. So Dunn, Little, and Merrill will come in this half inning. And right there, as that will be 2 up, 2 down. San Antonio down to their final out here in this 6-game series. Jackson Merrill, he's the last one. He's 1 for 3, single and a run. And a pitch. And that's going to be line drive up to center, and that's going to get through for a base hit. So a 2-out single continues this half inning, but that doesn't keep them from being eliminated. Amarillo looking to get their 20th of the season. And that's going to be right there. Line drive up to right field, and that'll get through for a base hit. So need a 3-run homer, and that'll tie up this ball game. And so far, go into extra innings. That would also be good. So Cantu will come in. He's 1 ball, no strikes. First and second, 2 away, bottom of 9, 6-3 our score, Amarillo. Sod Poodles have led the charge, and that's going to be a swing and a miss. And that'd be 1 ball, 1 strike. And that's going to be hit to short. They will force him out, and the Sod Poodles will win the finale of the 6-game series. So San Antonio picks up their 22nd loss, so they are 22-22. Amarillo picks up their 20th. And so far, that will conclude the 12 games on the road for the Sod Poodles, playing Frisco and San Antonio. They head to Springfield to take on the Springfield Cardinals there at Water Ridge Field beginning on Tuesday. San Antonio now getting off the field, and they are packing up and ready to go to Frisco. Midland from Corpus Christi heads to Arkansas after their tonight's contest. Wichita will head to Tulsa, or Tulsa will head to Wichita. Let me see what the schedule is. Yeah, Tulsa at Wichita. Okay. And Corpus Christi heads to Northwest Arkansas. And so far, I pretty much covered everything on that end.
First for the victorious visiting team, 6 runs on 13 hits, no errors. They left 7 men on base. For the Missions, 3 runs on 10 hits, no errors. They left 7 men on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 18 minutes. Thank you for joining us here this afternoon. And we remind you to please drive home safely.
Well, 3 hours and 18 minutes in this ball game. I will say it was a fun and fair ball game. Amarillo, 6 runs on 13 hits, no errors, 6-13-0. For San Antonio, 3-10-0 of the afternoon. Division De Los Santos is the player of the game. He's had 4 for 4, 2 triples and 2 RBIs of this game. The winner goes to Jeff Bain, as he did 5 1/4. And so far, he's had 5 hits given up. He struck out 1. And so far, he is the winner on the hill for Amarillo. Moises Lugo will be the loss for San Antonio. And the save will go inherited to Michael Otanis. Well, this will just about do it for everybody here. We hope y'all had a great day. And so far, we are saying Happy Memorial Day to everybody here on live stream and here on YouTube Live as well. So if you are out having a good time, we want to make sure that you stay safe. Drive home safely. This will conclude our stream. We'll see you in 2 weeks from now as we take on the visiting Wichita Wind Surge. Have a good day. Happy Memorial Day.